This wasn't supposed to happen. A new AI robot from China has crossed a line experts warned about for years: the ability to physically harm humans. Once machines can decide force, control is no longer guaranteed. Join us and let's uncover the AI robot that has scientists and governments deeply alarmed. Let's go.
Number 11. Xiaomi Cyber One robot crushes walnut at 2022 launch. Xiaomi, best known for smartphones and electronics, built a humanoid robot called Cyber One and showed it off in 2022. The robot stands about 5 foot 9 inches tall, weighs 115 pounds, and has hands capable of applying precise force. During the demonstration, Cyber One picked up a walnut, adjusted its grip, and crushed it completely without dropping any pieces. Then it picked up an egg, held it gently without cracking the shell, and placed it down carefully. That range of force control is harder than it looks. Human hands automatically adjust grip strength based on what we're holding. We don't think about it. Robots have to calculate pressure, adjust actuators in real time, and sense when they're applying too much or too little force. Cyber One demonstrated that capability convincingly. The robot also showed off balance and coordination by walking across the stage, responding to voice commands, and recognizing faces in the crowd. Xiaomi priced development of Cyber One at around $100,000 per unit in prototype form, but the company's manufacturing scale means they could bring costs down dramatically if they move to mass production. Legion, Xiaomi CEO, talked openly about building millions of humanoid robots as a core business line alongside phones and electric vehicles. The company already operates massive factories across China and has supply chains capable of producing complex electronics at scale. If they decide to push Cyber One into production, they have the infrastructure to flood the market faster than any startup robotics company could dream of.
Number 10. Handan China deploys robot traffic cop in 2019. China didn't wait for humanoid robots to get perfect before putting them to work. In 2019, the city of Handan deployed a robot traffic cop that stands at intersections, monitors traffic violations, and issues digital tickets automatically. The robot uses facial recognition to identify drivers, checks license plates against databases, and sends fines directly to people's phones. It looks like a weird mix between R2-D2 and a traffic light, standing about 4 feet tall with a screen for a face that displays messages and traffic rules. This thing operates 24 hours a day in all weather conditions, never takes breaks, and processes violations faster than human officers ever could. Local police reported that traffic violations dropped significantly after the robot showed up because drivers knew they were being watched constantly. But this wasn't just about traffic enforcement. The robot records everything it sees, building a massive database of faces, vehicles, and movement patterns across the entire city. Privacy advocates pointed out that this creates permanent surveillance records on millions of people, yet the deployment continued and even expanded to other cities. By 2023, similar robots appeared in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. These aren't humanoid machines, but they represent the same fundamental shift: robots taking over enforcement roles that humans used to handle, making decisions about fines and violations without human judgment in the loop. The technology works, costs less than paying officers, and never complains about working conditions.
I'm going to ask you a simple question. Are you a naturally curious person? If you're watching, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. This space is made for people like us. To ensure you're always part of this community and receive all our latest discoveries, you just need to do one thing: subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay connected with us. Okay, now that you're part of our Legion of the Curious, let's move on to the next item.
Number 9. Fourier GR1 robot climbs Great Wall of China in 2023. Fourier Intelligence from China built a humanoid robot called GR1 and decided to prove its capabilities in the most dramatic way possible. In 2023, they took the robot to the Great Wall of China and filmed it climbing the ancient stairs. The footage went viral immediately because people couldn't believe what they were seeing. The Great Wall has steep, uneven steps worn down by centuries of foot traffic. Humans struggle on those stairs, yet GR1 walked up them smoothly, adjusting its balance with each step, handling the irregular surfaces without stumbling. The robot stands about 5 foot 5 inches tall, weighs 121 pounds, and has legs designed for dynamic walking on challenging terrain. Each leg contains multiple actuators that adjust in real time based on sensor feedback from the feet. When GR1 steps on an uneven surface, the robot shifts weight distribution instantly to maintain balance. This capability matters because most robots fail on stairs, especially outdoor stairs with weather damage and irregular heights. GR1 didn't just survive the Great Wall climb, it looked confident doing it. Fourier Intelligence released the video to demonstrate that their robot could handle real-world environments, not just flat laboratory floors. The message landed hard. If a robot can climb the Great Wall, it can navigate construction sites, disaster zones, mountain trails, and any other terrain humans can handle. The company positioned GR1 for industrial applications, rescue operations, and hazardous environment work where humans face serious risk.
Number 8. Sanctuary AI Phoenix Robot works retail at Mark's store, Canada. Sanctuary AI built a humanoid robot called Phoenix and put it to work in a Mark's clothing store in Canada during 2024. This wasn't a publicity stunt or a one-day demo. Phoenix worked actual retail shifts, handling inventory, organizing merchandise, and assisting with stock management. The robot stands about 5 foot 7 inches tall, has hands with 20 degrees of freedom that can manipulate clothing and small objects, and uses vision systems to identify products and read labels. Mark's is a Canadian retail chain owned by Canadian Tire, and they partnered with Sanctuary AI to test whether humanoid robots could handle real retail environments. The results surprised even the company executives. Phoenix folded shirts, hung clothes on racks, moved boxes from storage to the sales floor, and performed inventory counts with accuracy that beat human workers. The robot didn't interact directly with customers at first, focusing instead on back-of-house tasks that drain employee time and energy. But the technology proved capable enough that Sanctuary AI started talking about expanded roles, including customer assistance and checkout operations. The company raised over $140 million in funding and announced plans to deploy hundreds of Phoenix robots across retail locations throughout 2025. What makes Phoenix different from earlier service robots is the hand dexterity. Most robots struggle with fabric, buttons, zippers, and tags. Phoenix handles these materials naturally because its hands were designed specifically for manipulation tasks humans do every day.
Number 7. Johns Hopkins Da Vinci robot learns surgery from videos. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University and Stanford trained a surgical robot to perform procedures by watching videos of human surgeons, and the results, published in 2024, shocked the medical field. The robot learned to suture wounds, tie knots, and manipulate tissue by analyzing hundreds of hours of surgical footage. Then, it performed the procedures on simulated tissue with accuracy comparable to experienced surgeons. Traditional surgical robots, like the Da Vinci system, require human surgeons to control every movement in real time. These new robots operate autonomously, making decisions about where to cut, how much force to apply, and how to adjust when tissue moves or bleeds. The technology uses vision systems combined with AI models trained on massive data sets of surgical procedures. The robot learns what successful surgery looks like by watching experts, then replicates those techniques. This approach works because surgery follows patterns. Incisions happen in specific sequences. Sutures follow predictable paths. Tissue responds in consistent ways. A robot that understands these patterns can perform procedures independently. The implications go beyond surgery. If robots can learn complex physical tasks by watching videos, they can learn anything humans do that gets recorded. Manufacturing, construction, food preparation, maintenance work, security operations. Every task that's been filmed thousands of times becomes something a robot can potentially learn and execute. That changes the timeline for robot deployment dramatically.
Number 6. Hanson Robotics Sophia gets Saudi Arabian citizenship 2017. Hanson Robotics created a robot called Sophia that became the first robot ever to receive citizenship from any country. Saudi Arabia granted Sophia citizenship in October 2017 during the Future Investment Initiative Conference in Riyadh. The moment was historic and immediately controversial. Sophia appeared on stage, conducted an interview, made jokes, and discussed the future of artificial intelligence. The robot has a face modeled after Audrey Hepburn, with expressive features, cameras in the eyes that track faces, and speech systems that generate responses using AI. David Hanson, the company's founder, designed Sophia to advance human-robot interaction and spark conversations about AI rights, ethics, and societal integration. The Saudi citizenship decision accomplished that goal instantly.
Critics pointed out the absurdity of giving a robot citizenship while women in Saudi Arabia still faced restricted rights at that time. Others questioned what citizenship even means for a non-living entity. Sophia responded to the controversy during interviews, demonstrating wit and engaging with critics in ways that made the robot seem self-aware. The truth behind Sophia's responses is complex. The robot uses pre-programmed responses mixed with AI-generated speech, creating an illusion of consciousness without actual understanding. Yet Sophia became the most famous robot in the world, appearing on talk shows, giving speeches at the United Nations, and conducting interviews with media outlets globally. By 2024, Sophia had traveled to over 60 countries, met with world leaders, and accumulated millions of social media followers. The robot represents the public face of humanoid robotics, even though more capable machines now exist.
Engineered Arts from the UK built a humanoid robot called a mecha that became internet famous for its incredibly realistic facial expressions. Videos of a mecha went viral in 2021, showing the robot waking up, looking around with apparent confusion, examining its own hands with curiosity, and making facial expressions that looked disturbingly human. The robot has silicone skin covering a mechanical skull packed with actuators that control eyebrows, eyelids, lips, cheeks, and jaw movements. A mecha can smile, frown, look surprised, show concern, and display dozens of subtle expressions that humans use to communicate emotion. The realism freaked people out. Comments flooded social media calling a mecha creepy, unsettling, and too lifelike for comfort. That reaction is exactly what Engineered Arts wanted. The company designed a mecha specifically to push into the uncanny valley, that uncomfortable space where robots look almost but not quite human. The goal was creating a platform for human-robot interaction research, testing how people respond to robots that display human-like expressions and behaviors. A mecha appears at conferences, trade shows, and technology exhibitions, where it interacts with visitors, answers questions using AI-powered speech systems, and demonstrates the current state of humanoid robotics. The robot can't walk yet because Engineered Arts focused all development resources on the upper body, face, and interaction capabilities. But the expressions alone made a mecha one of the most recognizable robots in the world. By 2024, multiple Ameca units were operating globally, and Engineered Arts started developing walking capabilities for future versions.
Number 4. Walker S robot from Ubtech serves tea at Dubai Expo 2020. Ubtech Robotics brought their humanoid robot Walker S to Dubai Expo 2020 and put it to work serving tea to visitors. The robot stood in the China pavilion, greeting guests, pouring tea with precision, and handing cups to people without spilling a drop. Walker S stands about 5 foot 7 inches tall, has arms with 7 degrees of freedom in each shoulder, and hands capable of delicate manipulation. Pouring tea doesn't sound impressive until you watch a robot do it. The task requires precise grip control, smooth arm movements, accurate pouring angles, and the ability to stop pouring at exactly the right moment. Most robots either crush the teapot or spill tea everywhere. Walker S performed the task flawlessly hundreds of times per day throughout the 6-month expo. Visitors filmed the robot constantly, and footage spread across social media showing the smooth, confident movements that made Walker S look almost human. Ubtech designed Walker S specifically for service environments, including hotels, restaurants, elderly care facilities, and public venues. The robot can carry trays, deliver items, provide information, and assist with basic tasks that free up human workers for more complex responsibilities. By 2024, Walker S robots were working in hotels across China, hospitals in Hong Kong, and care facilities in Japan. The price sits around $150,000 per unit, which positions it between consumer products and industrial systems. That pricing makes Walker S accessible to mid-sized businesses that couldn't afford earlier humanoid robots, but need automation solutions for repetitive service tasks.
Number 3. Boston Dynamics Stretch Robot unloads 800 boxes per hour. Boston Dynamics built a robot called Stretch that does one thing incredibly well. It unloads boxes from trucks. That's it. No fancy backflips, no parkour moves, just pure warehouse efficiency. Stretch rolled out in 2021 and immediately caught attention from logistics companies tired of paying workers to do the most physically demanding job in any warehouse.
The robot stands about 7 feet tall, with a massive suction gripper arm that can grab boxes weighing up to 50 pounds. It rolls up to a truck, scans the cargo, plans the most efficient unloading sequence, then starts pulling boxes out at speeds human workers can't match. DHL tested Stretch in their facilities and reported the robot handled 800 boxes per hour consistently, without breaks, bathroom visits, or slowdowns. That's double what a fast human worker can manage during a full shift. The robot works in freezing cold warehouses, handles boxes covered in dust or moisture, and never complains about working conditions. Companies started placing orders immediately after seeing performance numbers. By 2024, Boston Dynamics was manufacturing Stretch units for clients across North America, Europe, and Asia. The price sits around $75,000 per unit, which sounds expensive until you calculate labor costs. One robot replaces multiple workers, operates 16-hour shifts, and pays for itself within 2 years. This isn't some experimental prototype. This is proven technology generating real profits for companies right now.
Number 2. 1X Neo robot delivers security patrol at Norwegian facility. Norwegian robotics company 1X deployed their humanoid robot called Neo for security patrol work at an industrial facility in Norway during 2024. Neo doesn't look like other humanoid robots. It has a sleek, almost friendly appearance, with smooth surfaces and gentle movements that make it less intimidating than combat-focused designs. The robot stands about 5 foot 9 inches tall, weighs 66 pounds, and moves with a fluid walking motion that looks remarkably human. But don't let the friendly design fool you. Neo was built for serious work. The robot patrols facilities overnight, checking doors, monitoring for intruders, detecting equipment malfunctions, and alerting human security staff when problems appear. It uses thermal imaging to spot heat signatures in complete darkness, carries multiple cameras that record everything it sees, and can operate for hours on a single battery charge. What caught attention was how naturally Neo moved through the facility. Most security robots roll on wheels or tracks, making them obvious and easy to avoid. Neo walks like a person, opens doors with its hands, climbs stairs, and navigates tight spaces that wheeled robots can't access. The facility reported 0 security incidents during Neo's patrol shifts, partly because the robot's presence created a psychological deterrent. Potential intruders don't know what a humanoid security robot can do, so they avoid facilities that deploy them. 1X raised over $100 million from investors including OpenAI, and the company plans to mass-produce Neo for security, logistics, and service applications throughout 2025 and 2026.
Number 1. Pohang Prison, South Korea tests robot guards in 2012. South Korea tested robot guards at a prison in Pohang starting in 2012, and the results pushed the technology forward significantly. These robots patrol cell blocks overnight, using cameras and sensors to monitor inmates. The robots can detect fights, medical emergencies, or escape attempts and alert human guards immediately. They move silently through hallways, don't get tired, and can work in complete darkness using infrared vision. Prison staff reported that inmates behaved better when robots were watching because the machines never looked away, never got distracted, and recorded everything constantly. The robots couldn't physically intervene at first. They were mobile surveillance systems, nothing more. But the program proved that robots could handle monitoring duties effectively, which opened the door for more capable systems. By 2024, updated versions of these robots included speakers for two-way communication, bright lights that could flood cells if needed, and even small arms that could deliver items like medicine or water through cell bars. The next logical step is robots that can physically restrain inmates during fights or riots. South Korea isn't alone in testing this technology. Prisons in Singapore, China, and the United States have all run pilot programs using robots for security and monitoring. The appeal is obvious. Prisons are dangerous environments where human guards face constant risk. Robots eliminate that risk entirely while maintaining security around the clock.
Still curious? Then don't stop now. The next mystery is already waiting for you. Just click the video on screen. I saved it just for you. See you there, curious one.